Hi, it's Patricia Dent from Grow Vantage, and today I'm talking to Karen Collacutt from Prosperology U, who is a graduate of Group 24, and that is one after me actually because I'm Group 23, and who also is an instructor for a pricing and costing class, and a really great one. So Karen, what is Prosperology U?
Prosperology U is about helping smart people who feel dumb about money figure it out.
And there are more people like that than you think, right?
Way more.
Right?
Way more.
So can you tell me particularly who you tend to attract?
Sure. So I tend to work with often couples or entrepreneurs.
Right.
So usually those, and often a combination of the two.
Okay.
And they're smart, successful people who have this sort of one area of their world that they're really feeling like they're not successful in. And they are looking to create some new awarenesses around money for themselves. So not only some systems, which I think is what a lot of people start looking for,
right.
But really sort of what's going on inside.
So what is the most common struggle with money, do you think? Is it the lack of system, the lack of awareness? What do people struggle with?
I think one of the biggest challenges, especially for entrepreneurs, is we don't give ourselves enough credit for what we actually know.
Right.
Most money problems actually don't have that much to do with money. They've got a lot to do with what's going on in our own head, in ourselves. We get in our own way, we forget how smart we are,
right.
And we don't ask for help.
Not asking for help is a very common thing that I run across, and we have a philosophy that we want people to raise their hand before
absolutely.
They really get into trouble. So the work that you do is really very wonderful.
It is. It's a combination. Most money coaches either do systems or psychology of money.
Right.
And I've always done both. And because I think important. It really is important. People need systems. A lot of the things that are taught in books and so on, when you have to try and apply it to your own personal situation, becomes a bit complicated, or it doesn't really fit.
Right.
And so being able to have somebody to actually talk through the process with and be able to personalize a system is really helpful. Right. And then when we start poking at money in our world, what we find is often it's our own hang-ups around it. You know, I've talked for years about making friends with your money.
Right.
And so if you can actually make friends with your money and have a relationship with it, then you can actually run the systems.
And that involves paying attention. It's sort of we don't want a bad marriage with money, where nobody is talking to each other anymore. That's
exactly.
And the other thing I think that I've heard you say frequently is that people need to learn how to pay themselves earlier in their entrepreneurial journey.
You bet. It's one of the things that I like to tell, and if I have an opportunity to talk to an entrepreneur right at the beginning, I always say to them, set up a biweekly payment right from the day one, even if it's $25.
Right.
Because you need to pay yourself. You're an employee of your business, and you need to be compensated for the work that you're doing on a financial basis as well as a psychological basis.
And then you can just grow from there as you gain more money. We fondly talk about the financial valley of death, where you're spending and spending and spending, and you will come out of it as long as you learn. So is that the advice you'd give to a new entrepreneur? To pay yourself, or is there something else you would tell them?
A new entrepreneur, two things. One is pay yourself from the beginning, even if it's a little bit, and then increase it over time. The second thing is please please keep your personal and your business money separate. Separate bank accounts, separate credit cards.
Right.
Now, you don't need to have a whole fancy business bank account if you're a solopreneur. It can just be a second checking account.
Right.
It's going to help you on so many levels around dealing with CRA, around dealing with understanding whether you're actually profitable. And then when you feel like you need some additional support, ask for it.
Right. And I think that is really good advice. I think some of the key themes that, as I talk to entrepreneurs and business owners and Grow Vantage, is that people learn that they need to ask for help, they need to depend on a group, but also really good information. Unfortunately, Google can't coach you.
No.
Which is not good.
True.
So we need real people to coach and help out with people. So giving money advice is just huge. And I've been with Karen Collacutt from Prosperology U. Thank you so much, Karen.
You're so welcome.